far as Libya is, do we give the president more time, or do we hold his feet to the fire?
There's a lot of debate right now and talk about Libya.
Mm-hmm.
Could you maybe talk about what's going on the floor right now and how you're approaching the Libyan question?
Well, the Libyan question is very simple. What's the mission? And no one has been able to answer that. It has gone from protecting innocent civilians to attacking Gaddafi's forces to, having Muammar Gaddafi removed. And that type of mission creep, that type of nebulous strategic guidance is not going to promote our success on the ground. So when you look at the War Powers Resolution of 1973, the president has 60 days whereby he can engage in an armed aggression against someone that has shown themselves to have, either attacked us or our territories or possessions or propose a threat to our national security. That case has not been made. So in the 30 days after that first 60 days, then you should be drawing down that operation. We're right now sitting at about day 73 or 74. So we've got about, 16, 17 days before we've got to turn this thing off. So the debate right now here on the House floor as far as Libya is, do we give the president more time, or do we hold his feet to the fire with the statutory law of the War Powers Act? And I lean toward the War Powers Act, because if we don't stand upon the laws of this republic, which is supposed to mean that we stand for the rule of law, then what's next? Do we wake up and see Tomahawk cruise missiles going into Syria, going into Yemen, or what have you? So I think this is an important time to send a message to the President of the United States, is that your responsibilities that you have as Commander-in-Chief, to the people, to this Congress, you've thumbed your nose at us.
Well, the War Powers Act was vetoed by Nixon,
mm-hmm.
and
Congress came and overrode
it. In the conservative movement, the response to the War Powers Act was to dismiss it as unconstitutional and ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
So it may strike people as strange that conservatives are now holding up the War Powers Act as something.
Yeah, but this is what people have to understand. We're in a different environment now with these non-state, non-uniform belligerents that if we become so restrictive, then all of a sudden when we find a terrorist training camp that is located in Iran, in Yemen, Pakistan, we have to have the ability to quickly strike that facility, that capability. But we're not talking about a long, protracted, drawn-out, conflict. So you have to be able to provide the president, who is the commander-in-chief, the ability to do the things that protect this nation. But like I said, there was a responsibility with the War Powers Act. So instead of ruling it unconstitutional, getting rid of it, maybe we need to reform it and making sure that it is an effective tool as we combat this enemy on the 21st century battlefield.
Is there also a sense of reasserting the House of Representatives' prerogatives?
Well, I think it's reasserting the will of the people. This is the people's house. And as I talk to people in our district, they are very, what is Libya? They are very, they don't know what the purpose is. And we don't want to see, as NATO has said, that they're talking about another 90 days and the introduction of ground troops, which is not what we should be doing in Libya. No one can sit down and say, who are these rebel forces? What are their goals? What are their intents? Are they just a proxy extension of the Muslim Brotherhood coming out of Egypt? So there are a lot of things that have to be asked. The president has had every opportunity. Giving a speech on national television is not him coming and present himself before the Congress or writing a letter. That does not meet that requirement. So, right now he has come to the end of this, and I think that we need to pull back our support to Libya.